My name is Peter Sharp. I am a professional pet and animal photographer and the founder of Tame and Wild Studio. Today, I want to share my journey with you and show how Wacom products play an essential part in my creative process. My passion for photography began when I was 13 years old after receiving a camera from my grandfather. I also grew up with a deep love of animals, so much so that I wanted to become a vet. I spent my late teens and early 20s working in various sales and marketing roles in the consumer electronics space. That came to a very abrupt end when in 2010, at the age of 33, I discovered that I had a debilitating spinal condition. This left me with a spine that continues to degenerate very rapidly over time. And from 2011 through to 2015, I was in and out of hospital, unable to work. In 2015, I picked up my camera as a form of art therapy. This had such a positive impact on me mentally that I started to pursue a path of self-education and exploration as to how I could make money from what was essentially a hobby. My subjects evolved over time as I explored every genre in terms of what I enjoyed and what my body was capable of. In 2016, I built a home studio. It was carefully designed for the purpose of working solely with animals, whilst taking into consideration my physical limitations. My business creates stunning artwork for pet owners of their beloved furry, scaly, or feathered family members. I create imagery for businesses to use in their advertising campaigns. And I also have a range of products that feature my work, including fine art prints, greeting cards, and tea towels. My unique connection with animals allows me to help them feel comfortable in my presence. The wildlife carers I work with regularly tell me that it is my superpower. I'm not sure that I would quite go that far, but I do know that animals warm to me very quickly. A typical day in the studio involves a lot of preparation. Working with animals requires building trust and creating a comfortable environment for them. It also helps that I have a lot of patience when it comes to working with animals. Whether it's a pet portrait session or a rescued wild animal, every moment in the studio is unpredictable. This unpredictability is part of what makes my job so rewarding and, most importantly, fun. The priority is always the animal, and I'll never sacrifice the well-being of an animal to get a photo. It is actually very simple. If an animal is happy and comfortable, I get great photos. When I am not taking photos of animals, I am working on the admin and marketing side of running a small business, as well as editing and creating artwork for my clients. I thoroughly enjoy the editing and artwork creation side to what I do. Wacom products are crucial to my workflow in this component of my work. The two Wacom products I use are the Cintiq Pro 27 and the brand new Move Ink. These products allow me to edit and create work in a way I haven't been able to before. Both products have been game changers in terms of making editing easier and a lot more enjoyable, something I didn't think was possible until I started using the Cintiq Pro just under 12 months ago. I mentioned earlier that I have a lot of limitations, and one of those is how long I can sit and stand for. I need to pace myself, and this means that I have to spend a lot of time lying down and stretching out my spine. The Move Ink has been a game changer because it allows me to edit when I am lying down, whether that be on the couch, on the floor, or even in bed. I now get that enjoyment and precision of editing with the Pro Pen 3 when I am no longer able to sit or stand with the Cintiq Pro. The Move Ink is incredibly light and easy to use, and the displays on both products are simply gorgeous. Because I print a lot of my work, colour accuracy is critical, and since adding the Cintiq Pro to my workflow, I have been able to transition to it as my main display. How did I learn to do what I do? In terms of photography, I didn't do any formal education, but I have worked with tutors and business coaches on the business side of what I do. I already had a very solid knowledge of what was involved in running a business from my sales and marketing days. But I needed help learning how to sell myself and my work. The reality of being a working photographer is that most of my time is spent working on the business as opposed to taking photos and editing them. My inspiration comes from a desire to learn as well as to be and do better. Because I am not driven by money, it's a necessary evil, I make sure that every client has a wonderful experience regardless of who they are or how much they spend. And my purpose is driven by a desire to give back in the field of animal welfare. Being an animal photographer is incredibly rewarding, but it comes with its challenges. The biggest pros are the joy of working with animals and the satisfaction of creating meaningful artwork. On the flip side, it can be physically demanding and requires a lot of patience. However, the love and appreciation from clients and the ability to support charitable causes give me a sense of purpose that fuels me. I would like to introduce you to Gary, the scaly-breasted lorikeet. I met Gary 6 years ago when I was taking photos of animals awaiting adoption at Sydney Dogs and Cats Home. Gary was found in a park in Sydney and was clearly an escaped or released pet. He didn't like being handled much and also didn't know how to fly. Gary was on my list of animals to photograph that day, and when I walked past his cage, he wolf whistled at me. I guess you could say it was love at first sight. I took Gary home that day, and now he is an important member of my family and has made a lot of progress since joining us. He enjoys being held, and now he knows how to fly. He is a very happy little bird who has a very special talent, don't you, mate? He lays eggs. Today, I'm going to take some photos of Gary, and then we'll choose one to edit and print. Thank you for listening and watching. I hope my story inspires you to explore the diverse and exciting world of a creative career. I am proof that with passion, dedication, and the right tools, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.